G'day everyone, it's Jay and welcome back to Derriere Farms, where today I'm going to provide you with some information I have regarding patch 1.6 and some information that is being released by Giants regarding the problem. For those of you that don't know, patch 1.6 has created a couple of problems for most people on all platforms. It's created a stuttering issue. The biggest problem it's created, if you haven't already downloaded it and found out for yourself, is for Xbox users, where it completely deletes all mods in the mod download folder. And then finally, we're going to talk briefly about the Claas Xerion Touring Edition that has been re-released for a limited time. I guess as part of the fact that so many mods got deleted. However, before I go any further, please remember to like and subscribe, as I do make regular videos that are aimed at helping players out, whether it's explanation videos about how things work, like productions, how to get the most out of your crops, and how to fix certain problems that we can fix. So, I'm here for you, and I will release as many videos as I can trying to help you guys out. Alright, first, let's talk about the stuttering issue. This is actually fairly common, and it seems to vary depending on the patch and the player's setup as to how badly it affects the game. Whenever there's a patch for optimization purposes, the game clears the game cache. Excuse me. And that has to be reloaded. The easiest way to do this is to drive around the map. So, in the terms of any map, whether it's a modded map or whether it's a Giants base game map, drive around. Just go to all four corners of the map, take random or as random routes as you can, and then hopefully as you go, the game will update the cache and you won't have caching. Well, the cache will be updated and you shouldn't have stuttering issues anymore. If you do it bit by bit as you're playing the game, the problem is it's only going to update the cache at that time. So everything will be fine for a minute, and then all of a sudden the game will start to stutter as it updates the cache. Then it'll be fine. Then when you get to a different part of the map, it will again update the cache. You might as well, it's like tearing off a band-aid. Just take 5-10 minutes, drive around the map in your brand new Kubota ATV. Alright, moving on. Let's talk about the problems with the Xbox. The patch notes have been updated on the Giants website to warn players that audio mods will get deleted by updating to patch 1.6. Like I said before, I think that should have been made quite clear in the initial release. And I'm not quite sure who to blame here. I think it's probably Microsoft's fault, as well as Giants' fault for not properly testing it before the patch got released. And I'm just going to park here for a second while I explain that. The good news is, even though all the mods are gone, Xbox users now have 8 gigabytes of storage space, dynamic storage space, for mods, which is a lot more than they had before. So that is something Xbox players have been asking for a long time, because it was something that the PlayStation 5 had, but the Xbox didn't. It only had 4 for some reason. So Giants, I guess, approached Microsoft and said, hey, how do we fix this? How do we up the limit to 8 gigabytes? And Microsoft and Giants, I won't say figured it out, because obviously they didn't. And this is why I say the blame probably lies both with Microsoft and with Giants. I suspect Microsoft went ahead. Since it's now dynamic, I'm not a console player, so I don't 100% know how it works, but I know how a PC running Microsoft operating systems work, and I suspect Farming Simulator 22 had a partition on the hard drive that was 4 gigabytes set aside for mods and downloads. To increase this, I suspect Microsoft changed it from a partition to a dynamic partition, and I know on a PC, when you delete a partition or change it, it reformats that partition, which is why I'm guessing all the mods vanished. Now, I'm also guessing that when Giants went ahead and tested the mod or the update, they tested it with the base game, and just everything that comes with the base game, not with a whole bunch of mods installed. Obviously, if it was just base game, the update would have run smoothly. They would have seen, yep, it works. We have 8 gigabytes of storage space now. Perfect. Let's go ahead and release the patch. And then people's mods started getting deleted. Now, as I said in my last video, there's not a lot that can be done. If you load into a save game, you will get a list of missing mods. Write those down, go back to Mod Hub, and download those mods. Do not load into the game, just write down the list. And then download those mods. Time consuming and painful, but as a lot of people I've spoken to that are on console say, getting the extra 4 gigs of storage space is definitely worth it. So that's the only workaround I can see. If you haven't patched, well, I suspect you've already patched, because I suspect consoles like the Steam version of the game patch automatically. But if you haven't patched, take a look at your mods, write down, make a list of the ones that you want to keep. So that you can download those from Mod Hub once you've done the update. The reason I say make a list of the ones you want to keep is because if you're anything like me, and it's I download mods all the time just to check them out, see how they work. I used to do mod reviews, and I'm thinking about doing it again, but that's beside the point. But I have a whole bunch of mods that I don't use, and I'm going to have to go through my list and clean them out, even though I'm on a PC and I have 2 terabytes of storage space. And finally, let's talk about the Claas Xerion Touring Edition, which was a limited edition tractor that was put on Mod Hub for a limited time, as Claas and Giants had a special event going on where the Claas Xerion toured Germany for promotional purposes between Claas and Giant Software and Farming Simulator. Once the event was over, it got taken off of Mod Hub as it was a limited time release, due to the fact that all these mods got deleted for a large, well, I don't know the exact stats, but I'm guessing it's a decent sized part of the Farming Simulator population that run Xboxes and had all the mods deleted. So Giants have put this back on Mod Hub for a limited time only. So if you're interested in it, go ahead. I'm not going to provide a link because I don't want somebody commenting in a year, your link's broken. Completely skipping over the fact that it's a limited time edition. Just type in Claas Xerion Tour Edition and you should find it. It's pretty much the same tractor as it was before. The one update I know that it got for this release was it now has the Xeria Pro that you can attach if you have precision farming. But in the meantime, let's go ahead and take a look at this in the store, because until it reappeared as a new mod, I wasn't even aware that this mod, I completely missed the download. So I've got it now. I'm gonna hang on to it and let's take a look at it in the store. It is found in the large tractors, Claas Xerion 4200 to 5000. So base, it comes with 420 horsepower, variable CVT transmission, 930 liters of diesel, so it'll run a while on a tank of diesel, 31 miles an hour, and it's a heavy boy at 16.4 tons without any weights attached to it. You've got all your standard wheel options plus the Claas track system, which is nice. You have both an EU and a US version. You can add additional weights to the back of it as well as the front. Let's just take those off. Warning signs not going to appear if you have the American version, because those are the European warning signs, but you have the option to disable them or enable them. Attach type, you can have standard, 3-point, or weights all the way up to 3,400 kilograms. Engine type, you got 3 different engines on this one. You've got a 420 horsepower, 480 horsepower, and 530 horsepower. So it's a fairly versatile tractor. I think it's a great mod. Go ahead, grab it before it's gone. If for no other reason than just so you have it. I tend not to do a lot of farming with Claas. If you've seen my videos, I tend to use John Deere or Case. But I'm trying to change that. I have a pretty good collection of Claas tractors now, and this nicely rounds out that collection. And I've backed it up in case for some reason something happens to my PC and I end up in the same situation as Xbox uses where all my mods get deleted. Okay, I hope you found this video useful. Like I said, I just wanted to provide a quick update on what was going on with patch 1.6, and I thank you all for watching. Like I said, remember to give it a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks, Jay.